Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be taking you through the process of creating a successful pre-production board so you can have the best production and post-production process. This will be a 3-part video series where I'll be taking you through the entire process of a shoot from start to finish, so make sure you stay tuned for the production and post-production videos. To create this pre-production board, I'll be using an application called Milanote. Minote is an easy to use tool to organize your ideas and projects into a visual board. Add notes, images, links and files, organize them visually and share them. As a production company, it's a great way to keep all your post-production in one area. It also gives you the flexibility to share boards with clients. If you sign up using the link below, you can get 100 note images or link 10 file uploads and unlimited shared boards. After that, it's $9.99 a month with a free trial to begin with, which for what it does is more than worth it. This video is not sponsored, it's genuinely a great application that we use as a business. Now it's time to get right into it and show you how you can create an effective pre-production board using Milanote, and I'll also give you a sneak peek into how you can use Canva. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we are now in Milanote. In order to get here, all you need to do is go into your search and type in Milanote and you'll be brought to this page. If you don't already have an account, then you can sign up for free, and as mentioned before, it comes with a lot of perks, so make sure you do that. Once you've done that, you'll be logged in and brought to a page like this. Now let me just go into a previous account that I had, and as you can see here, I've got 2 boards. This board is from a old shoot that I did with a client. So if I click into this, you'll see what I mean by creating an extensive shoot board, mood board brief. Now this was for a videography, so each scene has been broken down with images and examples of what we want for the final video. So I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process on how to create something like this, but for our product we will be using the Alani Kimade drink because I really want to capture this image. So I'm going to be using this product, or I should say this drink, this energy drink for my product. So let's go into our Milanote, and first things first, we want to go here and say drag this here to create a board. So now let's do pre-production X, if my keyboard wants to work, pre-production X Kimade. Right, so you just want to double click to be brought into the page. Now something that Milanote has recently done, has created like templates that you can use to really minimize, the amount of time that you use to create it by yourself, which I think is excellent. And so if you see here on my right, you have this little pop-up which says choose a template. Now we can go into more templates and scroll down and go into photography. Within photography, you have all of these different templates which you can use for this example, which I'm going to show you, so to create your shoot brief. Now if we select brief, this is what's going to come up. I mean, it's just saved you so much time instead of dragging and dropping each block and each section by itself. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this template. So I'm just going to select use this template. There we go, use this template. So now something that I really like about this board is it actually gives you a section where you can just talk about the client and talk about the product which you're going to be using. So I'm actually going to fill all of this out and make it look something like this. Now you can do whatever you want, you can customize it to your liking, but I do think that there are some key elements that you want to make sure you're including. For example, I would say your client, so details about your client, the background, the product, maybe if you've been given a business brief, so making sure you're including maybe the color palette, their brand tone, how they speak to their audience, because that also reflects in your product photography. So I would say having this section is a must. As well as that, shoot details. Like, you need to know what you're shooting, when are you starting, when is the shoot ending, how many deliverables are you sending to the business, to the client. So I would also make sure you have this section here called shoot details. Now I like to go even a bit further and go into props that will be involved, whether that's fruits, whether that's, you know, custom props that we need to get, backdrops as well as this section here, and even screenshotting examples of the backdrops to be used. And one thing that I like about Milanote is that I can actually share this with the client, so they can come in and tweak and change. As you can see, there are two different color of text here, so one is me and one is my client. And then I would also create a shoot list, so this will outline the number of products that I'm shooting, how many I'm shooting for each product, and just lay out everything out so cohesively, so there is no misconception or there's no misunderstanding between you and the client. So let's just go ahead into our board here and start filling this out section by section. I think I'm going to time lapse this section, and then I'll break it down and go through each part that I have created for you. This way, when your client comes into this board, they have a clear understanding when the project is going to start, when it's going to end, when they should expect to receive the deliverables. That way, this should eliminate any back and forth between you and your client, because all details are being put down in this shoot brief. This was a bigger project, I will make sure that I get a screenshot of all the different products. So for example, in this other shoot example here, now we can just go over here to zoom in or to zoom out. So you can see we've worked on a lot of projects, so you can zoom out or zoom in. So if we just zoom in and we go across here, you can see that I've literally listed out every single product that will be used in this shot, just so yet again you're not missing out and you have a visual of that. So I'm going to put products, we get onto the fun part, which is actually breaking down each shot that we're going to take in the production phase. So this is where an area I really like to focus on, because when it goes into the production phase, you have clarity and you have precision in terms of what you want to achieve in that shoot. Especially if you're hiring out a studio or you're working with models, it's really essential that you have a clear and concise aim or goal that you want to achieve in the production phase. Therefore, everything will be cohesive and flow smoothly. I do also like to leave room and space for creativity, but having a base and a foundation to work upon is extremely important. So in this section, because this is taken from a pre-example board, I'm just going to delete these because we don't need that, and I'm going to come into here and put a text box there, and here I'm going to say shoot 1, and I'm going to say for this shoot, for this shot, we are capturing a simple e-commerce image. And then another thing which I love doing is going into Pinterest and gathering examples. So let's just go into Pinterest real quick, and here I can say energy drink product photography, if I can spell. Let me just, perfect. And you have all of these examples of energy drink product photographies which you can use as inspiration when it comes to taking your own images. And I would also encourage you to go to the company itself and look at their kind of style and their branding. So I really do like this ice look. So I'm actually going to screenshot this, and I'm going to bring this in here, and I'm going to make a note. So I'm just dragging that text box, that note text box from there, and I'm going to say I really like this ice look. So maybe you can say maybe incorporate ice or water into my shot. And then I'm going to go back to Pinterest, and I really like this hero shot. I really do like that. So I'm just going to screenshot this real quick and do the same process again until I am satisfied with breakdowns. Perfect. So that is a breakdown of the first shot. So I've just got here, folks, for example, the vibe and inspiration. I really do like these two, so maybe incorporating some sort of icicle background with this hero shot, I think that would work great. But I also like this shot where it's at an angle and it's got kind of like a haze look to it. And then I like this because there's multiple and it shows dominance. And also here we've got the water droplets as well, so let's also include water droplets. So if I just zoom out quickly, you can see that we're already on our way to building a full and extensive product brief. And if we go back to example, it's very much in alignment with what we have previously created. Now, considering this is only one product and one shot really that we are going to be taking, there's not a lot of different elements that we need to add in here. However, this is a very easy, straightforward template that you can use when it comes to you creating your own professional and extensive product photography brief. So just make sure that you're adding in elements which are going to enable you to have a successful production and pre-production phase. Another area that you might want to add in is editing styles. What do you want to do in your editing? So we can actually drag in a column here and just say, we can put it in post-production, and we can say editing style. Right, so what kind of edits do we want for our final images? Do we want to bring in any AI? Do we want to bring in any artificial backgrounds? You know, for example, like this. That's really just going to enhance the image even more. So once that's all completed and you're happy with it, you've put down all the information needed, you can then go ahead and click this share button and share this board, this specific board, with your client. Then your client will be able to come in and add and tweak anything, and also add their opinion, because at the end of the day, the product, the final images, is for them. So you want to make sure that they're happy with the vision for the shoot. And I believe that is it, and that is all. There are so many things that you can do in Milanote. I've just shown you a few. You can add tables, you can add lines. That's something that I also like to do. So if you want to just, you know, say, okay, cool, like this links with this, you can do that. You can curve it. I mean, you can come into here, you can add a sketch. So if you want to sketch, you can sketch and just come in here and say something like shoot, and press save. And you can come in here and have maybe color palettes. So this would work really well for, if you look at all the different colors that you can select, this would work really well maybe if you want to do, if I drag this down and you want to do brand colors, and then just remove this. Then you can do that, and you can have the different brand colors in there, and maybe maps. So if you're sharing this with models, so maybe having that, and so they can, you can put your location down so they can find that location easily. You can share that with them as well. So Milanote really gives you a great place for you to really just have fun and also create something that will aid and guide you into creating an even better production and pre-production phase. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some deeper understanding and deeper insight into how you can use Milanote into your business. And stay tuned for the next video, because in the next video we're actually going to be going behind the scenes and creating what we've planned here today. So using this information that we've gathered to create the final image, and then we'll be sharing you also the post-production, so the editing and all that kind of thing as well. Example, or another place where you can create a board like this if you're not ready to invest in maybe a monthly subscription, you're just starting out and you just need somewhere where you can do similar thing but without the monthly payment. Somewhere that you can use is Canva. Now if we go into Canva and we go into the whiteboard mode, it gives you a very similar template. As you can see, it's an endless whiteboard. Now let me just show you an example of a whiteboard that I've created previously for shoots like this. Let's just find that very quickly. Perfect. As you can see here, this is an example of a similar concept, similar shoot brief that I've created using Canva, which is a very good alternative if maybe you're not ready for that Milanote monthly subscription, but you still need a similar concept or place that you can, lay out your work. So as you can see, I've done exactly the same as I've done in Milanote, but I've just used the whiteboard function in Canva, and I have just put together a similar concept. So to create these boxes, all I've done is to go into elements, then you can select shapes, and I've just selected the rectangle here, and you can plop that in there and you can size it up and change the sizing. And then I've just done the same for the headers really. And then you can also drag in images that you want to use. So if I just drag in the Kailani bottle again, then I'll just place that there once it loads. So I've just put that in there like that. But you can see how quickly you can begin to create a similar concept in Canva. It may take you a little bit longer, however it's a great alternative, and I'm using the free account to do this. You don't need to have a paid account to be able to come and use the whiteboard feature. So I have just shown you two examples which you can use to create your own effective shoot brief, and I hope that it was insightful and helpful. I know we didn't go into much detail on the Canva side, however it's very straightforward and very easy to create that. So the next thing will be to actually go in and produce this image, and using our pre-production board to help us create an effective image in production phase. So if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment down below, follow and turn on our post notification. We love creating these types of videos for you guys, and let us know in the comments if there's any other examples or any other video suggestions that you may have, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me on this tutorial.